I'm going to talk about some of the stuff I was going to talk about last time, actually, if I can bring that up. And what it is I'm kind of figuring this out for myself now that it's no longer going to be SEER rating. They're going to have SEER2, and it's just a whole different ball game. So I was like, I don't know what this is. What is SEER2? So I wanted to bring up some stuff about it just so we could all figure out together. So I'm going to read this first thing right here. It's on the screen. It says about SEER2. Some of the stuff I got from like supply house websites, but I looked up as much as I could. And I have a feeling some of our guests that we typically have on, like Objute, will probably know a whole lot more about this, and perhaps some of our other guests as well. What's up, Steve? Welcome to the show. Okay, it says about SEER2. SEER2 stands for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio 2. Specifically, SEER2 is the total heat removed from a conditioned space during an annual cooling season. So it spans the entire season, so it sounds just like SEER so far. Okay, here's the difference in this next part. The new M1 testing procedure will increase systems' external static pressure by a factor of 5 to better reflect field conditions of installed equipment. With this change, new nomenclature will be used to denote M1 ratings, including EER2 and HSPF2. All right, so I guess it's talking about instead of testing, and I think it's going to say, and it says down there at the bottom of this page, under M1 testing procedures, they're going to change it from 0.1 inches of water, a static, to 0.5 inches of water, which is more like a normal situation. Because you guys know when you get out there, I mean, the static is never 0.1 unless there's no duct on the thing. Or there's like a box with a grill on the back of an air handler or furnace. There's always 0.5 static most of the time. I know a lot of us out here do a pretty good job. We get our static lower than that. But a lot of times it's 0.5 or higher. I've seen static well over 1, and it causes all sorts of issues. So having this new testing procedure in that way is more representative of what goes on in the field, for sure. In fact, it could probably be a little bit higher. I don't know what the average static pressure ends up being, but I'm sure it's between 0.5 and 0.75, I would think. I'm going to read this part about M1 testing procedures. It says the goal of the new SEER2 testing procedures is to better represent external conditions seen in the field, which is sort of what we just talked about. Current SEER testing does not accurately emulate the influence of ductwork and external static pressure on HVAC products. Because of this, it is not often representative of real-world applications. Well, it is kind of nice to have something reflect real-world applications. Steve in the chat, which is HVAC Residential Basics, says he sees static pressure 0.7, 0.9, 1.2. He sees those weekly. So, I mean, that's a significantly higher number, especially since that initial testing procedure, which was 0.1, which is just not happening. That's just not happening anywhere except for like a very small amount of situations.